Hari Om. Mark Twain said, India is the cradle of the human race, the birthplace of human speech, the mother of history, the grandmother of legend, and the great-grandmother of tradition. When human race developed from being hunter-gatherers towards becoming organized societies, they transformed from crude to refined, uncivilized to civilized. When we talk about the earliest civilization, what comes to your mind? Egyptian, Greek, Roman, Mesopotamian. Heard of the Saraswati Sindu civilization? The world's oldest literature, Rig Veda, which according to scholars was composed between 8000 and 2000 BCE, mentions about a land called Sapta Sindhava and 7 rivers that were flowing in the region. And they are Saraswati, Sindu, Sutudri, Vipas, Purushani, Asikni and Vitasta. A Rigvedic hymn praises the river as Ambitame, Naditame, Devitame Saraswati, meaning the best of mothers, the best of rivers, the best of goddesses. The earliest humans often settled down nearby rivers. But why? Because rivers provided water for drinking and agriculture, rivers served as a faster mode of transportation, flora and fauna flourished often near waterways. And rivers bring with them a lot of minerals too. Let us take a look at the rivers map of India. Do you see the Saraswati river today? No. The river disappeared about 4,000 years back. Originating from the Himalayas, the river flowed for about 1,300 kilometers through the current day Himachal Pradesh, Haryana, Punjab, Rajasthan and Gujarat regions. The tectonic shift that happened thousands of years ago changed the course of flow of this river, and especially the flow of Yamuna and Satluj. When the two rivers, that is Yamuna and Satluj, which were feeding into the Saraswati river, stopped doing so, the Saraswati river shrunk in size. It became a monsoon-fed river. Upon monsoon failures for several years, the river got dried up. Researchers claim that satellite imagery show the river flowing underneath the earth even today. Why can't Saraswati be a mythical river as per the claims? Let's see. Now let's see in this map. The dots are the archaeological excavation sites where artifacts belonging to the ancient times have been found. There are more than 2,000 sites along the route of the Saraswati river. How could that have been possible if the Saraswati river was mythical? Now, if you decide to think of a dream home, buying a dream home, what would you expect of it? Located on the riverfront, clean and smooth approach roads, seamless water drainage network, water available 24/7, around the clock, around the year, and grand swimming pool, magnificently tall gateways, abundant food supplies nearby, prime office spaces nearby, on the business highway, best of schools, etc., etc., right? Now, the Saraswati Sindu civilization could be called the best grand gated community of the ancient times. All the roads were straight and met each other at perfect right angles. For over 600 years, there was no encroachment on these roads. The entire city was built according to the cardinal directions, that is north, south, east, west. And there were streets of 4 sizes and they were exactly in the ratio of 1:2:3:4. So they knew ratios back then. They had well-planned water supply and drainage systems. Every house was connected to the street sewage drains that emptied themselves into larger ones and finally into the sea. Almost all houses, big or small, had bathrooms in it. And this was unheard of in any other civilization of those times. At a place called Dholavira in the Rann of Kutch, that is current day Gujarat, which is an arid region, water was diverted from nearby seasonal streams towards a series of huge reservoirs in the city. Most of the reservoirs were interconnected through an underground drain, collecting every precious drop of rainwater. Our modern cities do not even come anywhere near this level of planning and foresight, right? Now, let's talk about buildings. The weight measures, the construction measurement of the cities, the seals that were used were all perfectly standardized all over the spread of the civilization. So even the bricks that were used in construction across the region were of standard sizes. The houses of agriculturists and traders were so large that the entrance could actually admit a bullock cart and provide space for parking it inside. What were the professions that they took up to? Agriculture flourished during this time. A huge granary was excavated at Harappa that measured 169 feet by 135 feet. They were champions of maritime trade. Right in 3000 BC, they traded with Egypt, Mesopotamia and other Middle Eastern countries. There are seals in these regions that show their natives trading with people of Saraswati region. So they traded in gold, copper, bronze, ivory, beads of gemstones, cotton, timber and so much more. Researcher Michael Danino says that compasses carved out of conch shells appear to have been used to measure the angles between stars. This helped them in voyages, the sea voyages. In fact, the artisans of these times worked on copper, tin, bronze, and they imported tin from the far eastern countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, and manufactured the alloy called bronze. They exported bronze to Egypt, Israel, and so many other countries in the West. So they established an entire tin route between East and West. One can see sophistication in art and craft as early as 3000 BC. There is intricate work on beads, pottery, ornaments like bangles, anklets, terracotta toys, etc. excavated from this era. Have you seen the famous dancing girl bronze piece? It was excavated at Mohenjo-daro in the year 1926 and it was dated to 2300 BC. It depicts a young woman with stylized ornaments standing in a confident, relaxed pose. If you see the women in the Rajasthan belt, even today, they wear the big conch shell bangles right from here all the way till their arm. So you can see the continuity of the Saraswati Sindu civilization in Bharat even today. When the river Saraswati started drying up, people from the Saraswati belt migrated towards the east and the west. Yamuna and Ganga river basins started gaining prominence. Researchers say that those who migrated towards the west settled down in places like Iran, Turkey and other regions around Central Asia and the Caspian coast. It is interesting to note that the cultural practices of the Saraswati Sindu civilization times, as evidenced from the seals excavated from the Sapta Sindhava region, are still in practice. For example, the Namaste posture, which we practice today, is more than 5000 years old. Similarly, a person in yogic posture depicted in one of the seals reveals that yoga has been continuously in practice for many millennia. The great Saraswati river sustained a glorious civilization, giving birth to the world's most ancient literature, lifestyle, technology, trade and practices. So, we are fortunate to be part of this great grand civilization, the ethical foundations for which were laid down millennia ago. Namo Namo Bharatambe, Ambitame Devitame Naditame Saraswati.